10 dead celebrities and how much money they had at the time of their death. Number 10. Michael Jackson. Despite mounting debt of between $400 and $500 million, MJ was nowhere near filing bankruptcy as falsely reported. An audit performed 4 months after he died in 2009 showed he had a net worth of $500 million. At number 9, John Lennon. The former Beatle died with $200 million to his name when he was senselessly gunned down in 1980. Among his holdings was a 600-acre farm in upstate New York. Number 8. Prince, the purple one, died with $156 million in 2016. Unfortunately, he did not make a will, which led to years of legal untangling that's just now being worked out. Number 7. Greta Garbo, the golden age screen legend who was famous for wanting to be alone, died with $32 million in 1990, despite retiring at the tender age of 36. She had stocks, bonds, and a sizable art collection, all of which she left to her niece. Number 6. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, had only $5 million when he passed on in 1977. It has been said that his manager, Colonel Parker, took advantage of him to the day he died, and even after that. Number 5. Marvin Gaye, one of the greatest R&B singers ever, died with $5 million when he was murdered by his father in 1984. However, Gaye was $3 to $4 million in debt to the IRS at the time. Number 4. Amy Winehouse, the British songstress, died with a relatively modest $4.6 million in 2011. Her ex-husband, who allegedly did nothing for her but get her hooked on dope, attempted to sue her estate for a large portion in 2019 just for being her husband. Number 3. Marilyn Monroe. The blonde bombshell's films grossed over $200 million at the time of her death in 1962, which would be close to $2 billion today. Yet she only had $800,000 to show for it when it was all said and done. Reportedly, she was asking people to lend her money in her last few months. Number 2. Tupac Shakur. The hip-hop legend died in 1996 with just $200,000. Yet his catalog was worth several times that. Within 7 short years, that same catalog was purchased by Jay-Z for $384 million. Number 1. Judy Garland. At the time of her death in 1969, which was caused by an accidental drug overdose when she was just 47 years old, the Wizard of Oz star owed money to everyone. She specifically owed the IRS hundreds of thousands of dollars. Despite pulling in nearly $55,000 a week during her prime, Garland's lack of business sense, addiction issues, and lavish lifestyle meant that she was unable to pay the bills she racked up. According to some sources, she was $4 million in debt at the time of her death. The amount of money she had when she passed on, $40,000.